Good Saturday morning, everybody. Here we are on Saturday. That's why it's a Saturday morning. It's yeah, it's kind of a gloomy fall-like day, although we're not into fall yet, but we're getting there. And and our condolences to Sinead on the passing of her mom. And yeah, there's nothing that. It's just a reality that sucks. I just yeah. So we're reading through Daniel 4, 5, and 6. And there is definitely a reason why we teach this in Sunday school, because it's inspirational. It's just no way. It just doesn't matter how you look at it. It's just awesome. Uh, when when somebody stands in their faith and you see the Lord come through in the way that He came through, and the whole nation ends up uh, praising God because of Daniel's stand and his willingness to sacrifice his body in the way he did, but yet in such a loving way towards the king as well. There's nothing that Daniel did that was outrageous. There was nothing that indicated anything but love and respect for the king. We look at when he was dealing with Nebuchadnezzar, and he said, "Lord, King, if this was only about you, your enemies, I wish this was about your enemies instead of about you." And it's that kind of relationship is just it's an amazing relationship. And so the problem we have is that we all want to be the king. We all want to be Nebuchadnezzar. We all want to be Darius. We want to be the rulers of things. But quite often, the position that we find ourselves in is a better position. It's a position of influence. And the kingdom is a thing of influence. It's the Lord who determines kings, and that's very clear with that came across Nebuchadnezzar in his son. It's the Lord who decides who's going to be ruler. Um, he raises up governments, he lowers governments, he raises up nations, he lowers nations, all for his purposes and moving his agenda forward. But what he needs is for his people to be those who come alongside. Look at Queen Esther. We look at Daniel. We look at the prophets who came alongside and advised, who was in an advisory role in a position of influence. And yes, it was up to the rulers whether they listened or not. Um, yeah, it was because of Daniel's faithfulness in being available to the Lord and being able to interpret the dreams. So we find that he ends up being in a position of more than just a chief of the wise people, um, but he becomes a ruler of the third of the land. And the reason he got thrown into the lion's den was because the king wanted him to make him the ruler under him, just like a Joseph. And Joseph is another example of an influencer. Again, Daniel and Joseph are so similar. Both in captivity in that land, both interpreters of dreams, and both in positions of influence. Man, we got to stop dreaming about being rulers and being the influence of rulers. We are rulers in the kingdom. We are kings and queens in the kingdom. We are of the royal blood in the kingdom. But we are here as priests. We are here as advisors. We are here as influencers. We are here for people, not against people. And part of the reason we have a fallout, especially in Canada, with politicians, is because they think we want to take over. And it's true. We want to. That's the attitude of the church. We want to take over, and that can't be our attitude. Our attitude is to want to see people succeed. We want to see them succeed. We want them to see them succeed with the wisdom of the kingdom. We want our cities to succeed, our politicians to succeed. We want to see our school teachers succeed. We can't be against them. We have to be for them because our God is for them. Jesus Christ died on the cross because he's for them. Man, those who are lost in rebellion are going to rebel. That's as simple as that. But we are those who come alongside and want to influence them for the kingdom. And we see Daniel did not make any plead with Nebuchadnezzar or anybody else to become a follower of Yahweh. And yet we see at least two kings making declarations that people are to respect the God of Daniel because he is the one true God. And yeah. Can we get this right? Can we get this right? Can we get into this place that we're supposed to be in? People of influence, really caring and wanting to see people succeed and not rooting for their failure. Not calling them out, but calling them up. I think we could if we actually understood it. If we understood our place, if we understood our purpose, if we understood these things, I think we could. Let's make it a matter of prayer. Let's look around and see who it is that the Holy Spirit is highlighting for us to influence. You be blessed. Have a great day. Get all your chores done. I'm looking forward to gathering with you tomorrow. God bless.